mentioned Singleton on Canisius, but there's another really talented player, a junior guard in Mike Evangaro, who had 22 points, 19 rebounds, and 13 assists this past week. But there were obviously players better than him. You mentioned Gavin Doty when we talked about the possible award winners. 36 total points, 23 rebounds, and 6 dimes. Anquan Hill, 41 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. I think he was probably second in the running to Kavere Kennedy, who ended up winning. Maybe Zion Cruz with 44 points, 9 boards, and 6 assists. Jaden Winston also had a really nice week, 39 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, but it was Kavere Kennedy. 46 total points. That's an average of 23 per game. And they were spread out really well. 22 against Marist, and then 24 in his most recent competition. So really not swaying one way or the other in terms of games. Also 11 total rebounds and 10 assists. Kavere Kennedy is your MAAC player and Rookie of the Week.
And Kavere Kennedy, it wasn't just his offense, it was his defense. Against Quinnipiac, 3 steals, Marist, 4 steals. Like, he just does everything so well, and it really just bonds well together. He bonds well with the team. But again, there were so many good players this week. There's been so many good players this whole year. I would like to know your stance on this. If the season were to end right now, who would be the MAAC Player of the Year in your opinion?
Gavin Doty.
Gavin Doty.
I am thinking Gavin Doty. I think Anquan Hill was a really good possibility, but his injury, I think, took too much of a toll because he was out for so many games. I don't think Amari Monroe is having a Player of the Year caliber season. Obviously having a fantastic season. He always will and always has, but I don't think he's going to win Player of the Year. I'm going to go Doty.
I love that pick. I think he's really stepped into his own as just a sophomore.
He's only a sophomore.
Yeah, only a sophomore. He's playing great. Obviously, Kavere Kennedy's been playing great as well. He's stepped it up recently. Obviously, I don't think they'll give it to him. Just freshman.
Probably not.
Other
I don't
players.
even know if he's going to get Freshman of the Year.
Yes.
Doty, by the way, unanimous All-Rookie team last year. Yep. So that's another reason why he's just so he might transfer out.
Brandon Benjamin might.
That's what I'm thinking because he is the only player averaging a double-double in the MAAC. So if he's the only player doing it, how is he not going to win Rookie of the Year? I don't know. We'll see if it's Kennedy or if they go to Benjamin. I think if Fairfield gets that 6th seed, there's really no way you can't give it to Benjamin because he was so influential in helping them to get the bye. But who knows? I don't think the playoffs will impact because from what I was reading and what I've been told, the awards come out the day before what will be the men's championship. So playoffs shouldn't impact these awards. So it'll solely be based off the regular season, which the Fairfield's impressive season can't go unnoticed. But then again, Merrimack might get the 1 seed. So pick your poison, really.
Now I got one more question for you.
Okay.
If Merrimack has all of their starters in, they play a full game. If they lose one of these next few games the rest of the year, does that raise any red flags for you? Does that kind of change your confidence in them, or are you very confident in this Merrimack team to be how they are?
Yeah, not really.
No.
I really like the way that they are put together. I think you lost to St. Peter's, so it's the battle of 1 and 2, and I think that Iona loss was a fluke. I can't see a loss unless they lose all 4 games. That really makes me kind of go crazy, I don't like them. I don't know. We'll do a tournament bracket on one of the upcoming episodes hopefully when the official bracket is out and make our predictions. I still don't like them to win it all. I'm such a big Siena guy right now. Maybe it's because I just watched them in person yesterday, but I'm a big Siena guy right now.
They are just all around.
Not as a fan, of course.
No,
in terms of, I think they'll win the conference.
Yeah.
And I think Sacred Heart is also a team to watch.
I think they're a big dark horse team. I definitely think they can.
That happened. Well, actually, that's a really good segment. I won't lie. Okay.
Should I go from the question asking about Merrimack?
No, hopefully that doesn't cut out. If not, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's segue into our last segment here. We are going to predict the remaining slate. There's 4 days of games left. So we got some games. I'm going to actually redo that because that was really let's segue into our last segment. Let's predict the remaining schedule. There's only 24 games left, so we should be able to get by this pretty quickly. And as a result, we're going to see where both of our brackets are towards the end of the season. So let's start off with this Friday's slate. Sacred Heart at Fairfield.
Sacred Heart.
I'm also going to go with the Pios. St. Peter's at Iona.
St. Peter's.
I'm also going with the Peacocks. Marist at Manhattan.
I like Manhattan in this game, but I'm going to go Marist to bounce back.
I'm also going with the Red Foxes. I don't see them dropping 4 in a row, though they have done it once, but I don't see them doing it twice. Siena at Merrimack.
Maybe the matchup of the year.
Very well could be.
I'm going to go with Merrimack just by 2. Just by 2. It's going to be
I'm also going slight edge to the Warriors. Niagara at the Mount.
The Mount. I got to go with the Mount.
I hate to do it, but I have to put what I want aside, my biases aside. I'm also going to go with the Mount to win that game, and Canisius at Rider.
This again could go either way.
Doesn't really
I'm
matter.
I'm going to go with Canisius. Again, both teams eliminated, but I'm going to go with Canisius.
I'm also going to go with the Griffs there. Pios at Red Foxes. We're now in the Sunday slate.
I think this could be a very interesting matchup. Obviously, I have Marist coming off of a win against Manhattan. I'm going to go with Sacred Heart in this game.
Okay.
I really like Sacred Heart getting the win.
Wow.
Split in the season series.
I'm going to disagree here. I am going to go with the Red Foxes. I think last time they squared off, that comeback was really telling. And I think Marist at home is a different breed. And I think they're a different breed of a team when they're playing squads that are worse than them in the standings, in the conference standings. I think when you pair both of those, it's really hard to go against the Red Foxes, but we'll see how that plays out. Iona at Merrimack.
Again, I think Iona is going to keep going on the trend they're going, and I got Merrimack in this game.
I also have the Warriors. Canisius at the Mount.
Again, could go either way. I'm going to go with the Mount here. Again, Canisius eliminated.
So am I. There's nothing really to play for. The Mount has something big to play for. They want that bye. Fairfield at Quinnipiac.
Again, I like this Fairfield squad a lot, but Amari Monroe is going to have a monster game here at Fairfield.
I like that. I like that a lot. Niagara at Rider.
Niagara at Rider, again, game doesn't mean too much, obviously.
In this scenario, the Purple Eagles would be eliminated.
Exactly. So I'm going to have Niagara to win this game.
So do I.
But who knows what's going to happen with everything.
Right. Especially, maybe they'll be in it. Maybe they'll win that game, and then it's an especially, hey, we have to win now. Rider's eliminated. St. Peter's at Siena. Another good game.
A very good game. Siena has 2 hard games in a row with Merrimack and St. Peter's. I'm going to have Siena to bounce back after a loss
Okay.
to Merrimack, and they're going to get the win here.
I'm going to take the Peacocks on the road. I just have a feeling. I can't really back it up. I just have a feeling there. Merrimack at Canisius. We work to next Friday, the 27th.
Merrimack will keep their 9-game win
Woo!
streak alive at this point.
Make it
They got
9.
a win over Canisius.
Siena at Fairfield.
Give me Siena. Again, 2 wins in a row. They have, again, a hard schedule coming up, but I got Siena to win 2 out of the 3 games.
Bronx go down to New Rochelle.
I'm going to have Iona again in this one.
So do I.
think this is finally the spot where they'll fully clinch. I think they would have clinched by now, but I think it's fully time now.
Bobcats end their season in Buffalo. They start in Niagara.
I got Quinnipiac winning this one.
As do I. The Mount goes to Fairfield for Sacred Heart.
This is where I have Sacred Heart losing. I got
Wow.
Quinnipiac in this one.
Whoa.
Winning 3
Okay.
games in a row.
Look at that. I'm going to go with the Pios, especially because it's at home and the way that they've been red hot of late. Manhattan at the Peacocks in Jersey City.
Peacocks. I'm high on the Peacocks. I like the Peacocks here to take down Manhattan.
Let's wrap up the season. The Bobcats go to Canisius.
The Bobcats, once again, I think this is the spot where the Quinnipiac might sit their starters in the second half, but again, I think the Bobcats take this one.
The Mount faces the Stags.
Give me the Stags.
Ooh.
I like both of these
Okay.
squads, and I think they're going to get it done. And Mount's 3-game win streak out the window with this one.
I'm going to go with the Mountaineers. That's going to be telling because it depends on how those other games play out. I'm actually curious to see how your bracket finishes because I think, at least on my end, from what I've picked, and we've picked pretty similarly, that game's going to be really telling for who gets that bye. So I'm very curious what happens on both of our brackets, and we will provide that after the next 4 games. Gales go to Riverdale.
I really like Manhattan. I was high
As
on
do
their
I.
offense. Their defense is a little lackluster, but I really like their offense. I think they're going to be explosive in this game.
I'm going to pick the same squad there. St. Peter's visit Poughkeepsie.
I think this is a very, very important game for both teams. You want that momentum going in, but I just don't think Marist is going to get it done, and I got the Peacocks winning that one.
I'm also going to second that. Warriors, Purple Eagles.
Again, I got the Warriors. They're
10-game win streak entering the tournament.
10-game win streak.
Wow.
Their momentum is going to be through the roof. Their players are going to be playing great. Give me the Warriors.
Ryder at MVP Arena.
Give me Siena. Once again, again, a very tough slate finishing the year, but they're going to get it done, and they're going to finish very strong on this year.
All right. Now the moment of truth. Where does every team finish? Do you have Merrimack as the number one?
I do have Merrimack as the number one.
Are the Peacocks second?
They are second.
Merrimack will play the winner of the 8-9 game at 6 p.m. That's game 3, which will be on Friday, March 6th. The Peacocks will take the 8:30 game against the winner of 7-10. 3 seed, you have the Bobcats.
I do have the Bobcats.
Who's 4?
Siena.
5?
Marist.
And 6?
The Mount.
Okay, so our top 6 are identical.
Okay.
In this scenario, Quinnipiac Mount St. Mary's will be at 8:30 on Saturday evening. So very interesting there. Actually, if you're the 3 through 6 seed, you get practically a double bye because not a double bye in the sense of playing less games, but in the sense of you get that extra day off. You will have to play back-to-back days, assuming you go win it all in Saturday, Sunday, and then you get the Tuesday. But they spread out the conference tournament a little bit. The commissioner was actually on the Red Fox Network for the women's basketball game at Ryder, and he was discussing how it's a week earlier because of TV. We want to get it out there. We don't want to compete with those bigger conferences. And actually, because of that, the tournament kind of spans out a little bit more, which should be really fun to watch. So that'll be very interesting and telling. Let's go to the Thursday game, starting off with your 7 seed.
7 seed, I have Sacred Heart.
Okay, do you have Manhattan as your 8?
I do have Manhattan.
Wow,
as my
look
8.
at this. So Fairfield drops to 9 in your bracket?
Yes, it does.
And Iona squeaks in at the 10.
Yes.
So those games will be on Thursday, March 5th. The 7-10, which would be in our scenario, Pios and Gales at 8:30. And the first game on the men's tournament will be Manhattan Fairfield in our brackets, and that'll be at 6 p.m.
I want to just highlight something from both of our brackets. If this stays true, the quarterfinals, Saturday, March 7th at 6 o'clock, the Battle of I-87 in the MAAC tournament.
On the boardwalk.
What a game that would be. Also, just that bottom section of the bracket, Sacred Heart versus Iona, they'll take on St. Peter's, whoever wins that game, and then it'll be Quinnipiac versus the Mount. This whole bracket looks awesome to me. This looks like absolute cinema.
And if certain things play out differently, you could see the battle of the 203, Sacred Heart and Fairfield, go at it, perhaps even in the first round. Regardless, it is going to be, well, I don't want to be that guy, but MAAC Mania when we get down to the boardwalk, but we're still a long ways away. We thank you so much for tuning in to the inaugural episode of MAAC Men's Monday. Stay tuned on Wednesday for Women's Wednesday. It'll be myself, Mike Duda, and JJ Garcia. Big thank you to my co-host and JJ Garcia. Big thank you to all of you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. All right, let's head down to this production.